It's more about providing a stimulating environment. And did that happen? We as a team of teachers do think so. Today we are awarding diplomas to all of the first 19 students. We enjoyed your proactive attitude and input from all your backgrounds. We have seen in your portfolio that you have made great progresses. And for some, a small step with big consequences, for others, big steps. And we want to thank you for daring to be the first in this program. We also want to thank you for all the feedback that we received. And we are immensely proud of what you accomplished this year. Healthcare needs you and will know how to find you. And on behalf of the whole Health and Digital Transformation team and our faculty, I want to congratulate you in advance with your diploma. I give the floor to Tanya Adams, Chairman of the Exam Committee.
Thanks, Marike. So we're going to start with the actual graduation, but this is a big spiel, so I'm going to explain the procedure a little bit to you first. So I'm going to call your name. It's not going to be by alphabet. It's going to be organized by groups of thesis supervisors who are going to approach you or give you a little speech. I'll call your name. You come up here to the podium. You're going to get your diploma and a hand. And then you go to Marike. Marike will give you a rose, and with your diploma and the rose, a picture will be taken of you here. So be careful that you be aware of the chair that's standing there. And after the picture is taken, you can have a seat on the chair, and your thesis supervisor or a representative, in case your thesis supervisor is not able to make it today, will be given a little speech for you. And then you can go back to your chair. Yeah? Okay, then I'm going to call the name of the candidates. I'll find my list. So, our first candidate who receives the diploma today is Suleiman Bushmal. Okay, and I would like to call Sil Arts for the speech for Suleiman.
Oh, I'm not that tall, but let's see. Gaat dit gebeuren, meneer? Okay, so as Suleiman might know, I've been doing this work for almost 20 years, and this is the first time ever that I've written down a presentation, ever. So hopefully it's good. Well, dear Suleiman, today we have to celebrate your remarkable achievements embodied in your exceptional master thesis. As we reflect on a journey that you all have had, and also you, it is inspiring to acknowledge the dedication, passion, and enthusiasm you have consistently demonstrated throughout your trajectory. Yeah, it's getting awkward now, right? Yeah, I see it in your face. Attaining this level of academic excellence requires more than just talent. It necessitates a considerable amount of resilience, hard work, your unwavering commitment to learning and continuous improvement. A few years ago, you approached me with a desire for me to supervise your bachelor thesis. I responded by that question by saying, are you sure? Because you know I'm a very strict supervisor who has quite high standards. And your reply was clear in that, well, that's what I need and that's what I want. From the start, you exhibited a profound curiosity and unwavering drive for excellence that distinguish you, in my opinion, from your peers. Your insightful questions and collaborative spirit allowed you to excel in your bachelor thesis, earning you a remarkable grade of 9, an accolade I have bestowed only once before you. Could also mean, again, that I'm very strict. Following this achievement, I inquired you whether you would be interested in pursuing a PhD, as there was a possibility that I would receive a big grant. After a few months of anticipation, we got the grant, and it allowed you to embark on this new academic journey, despite not having your master's degree yet. Completing a master's degree is a significant milestone for everyone, but you did it during your start of your PhD. You not only dedicated yourself to your thesis, which serves as the first article of your PhD dissertation, but you also collaborated with me to supervise 2 bachelor students who contributed to the second article of your thesis. As you stand on this threshold of the next chapter in your journey, one that we already begun together, I'm confident that you will continue to excel, even when it involves your writing skills. Today, it's my only small feedback thing. Today, alongside with your family, I celebrate you and all that you have achieved. Thank you for your hard work, your dedication, and your spirit. You're an inspiration, and I eagerly anticipate to see your accomplishments that lie ahead of you. I hope to continue being part of your journey as your PhD supervisor. Congratulations.
So, by the way, you are quite an international crowd, so I really do my very best to pronounce your names all correct. But if I don't, bear with me. It's not personal. I'm really trying. So our next candidate is Frederik Behetz. Have a seat. And our speaker is Christian Herr.
Frederik wrote his master thesis on a topic that covered all the typical challenges of machine learning in the real world. He had far too few samples, the data was super noisy, and we had far too many degrees of freedom, so we didn't really know what to model. But with the knowledge he acquired in this master, he was able to tackle these challenges and learn something for his new and next endeavor, his PhD. But what most fascinated me working with Frederik during this time was his ability and his urge to link it to what he is most fascinated about, his passion for music. So during his master thesis, he would over and over try to link it to music. For example, he would say, so extracting these brain waves is a bit like the harmonics in my bass line. And I would say, no, it isn't. But exactly this enthusiasm and this creativity is what makes it so much fun to work with Frederik. Congratulations.
Our next candidate is Daniel Slop.
Thank you, Daniel. Stay.
Dankjewel.
Op foto moet ik staan.
In this master, I teach the course on machine learning, and from very early on in this course, Daniel stood out. Not because of his work, he can use ChatGPT just as well as all of you can, but because of his positivity, his good mood, and his friendliness. He seems like to be liked by everyone in the group. He even brought cake to one of the tutorials, something I have never experienced in all my years of teaching. That left quite an impression. This wonderful personality and the urge to seize every opportunity given to him, he wanted to make his master thesis into a paper basically from day one, is why it's so much fun. And in this master thesis, he tackled a classic problem of data analysis as we meet them in healthcare, which I think also prepares him very well for his new job, which is also a PhD here in Maastricht. Congratulations.
Our next candidate is Florentine Hegeman. And the speech for our next three candidates, including Florentine, is be given by Siska Hoving.
Okay, reading glasses this time. It's that season of life. Dear Florentine, you did not choose the easiest path to graduation during this internship, because you were not only involved in this HDT-related research, on the side you were finishing up a completely different thesis as well. This must have been quite difficult for you to balance these two things and manage it on a day-to-day basis. But I really honestly can say that I've never heard you complain about it. You just got on with it. Now, I came in on your work for this master at the beginning of your internship period, when you had already invested quite a bit of time and energy in writing a research proposal with your previous supervisor. Again, another challenge, changing supervisors halfway. Just when you thought you had all the details hammered out, here comes this new supervisor with her own brand new set of ideas and preferences. But regardless, you made me feel welcome on your journey, and we quickly set off to actually conduct the research that you had envisioned in your plan. You collaborated with the Sherpa company on an exploration of a new digital biomarkers identification that they might potentially implement in their developed app for individuals with multiple sclerosis. You conducted an international literature review combined with 2 local focus group interviews, aiming to combine both viewpoints of both patients and health professionals. Your mixed method style work resulted in the identification of new types of biomarkers that currently don't have a place in the app yet, but also suggestions for additions to already applied biomarkers, such as cognitive functioning and walking ability. So I really believe that your research has given Sherpa some clear avenues to explore both new and already known. So, Florentine, you showed yourself to be an ambitious professional, always keeping the relevance of your work for practice in the forefront of your mind. I wish you all the best and good luck in your future endeavors. Congratulations.
Our next candidate is Dylan Sauer.
Okay. Hi, Dylan. So our collaboration also started when you were already on your way with another previous supervisor. But when she moved away from Maastricht University, I took on her role. Now, immediately at the first meeting, you showed yourself to be no-nonsense, hardworking, headstrong, and dedicated to the organization you collaborated with. This is going to be fun, I thought. And fun it was, and interesting and relevant to boot. You explored the influence of organizational characteristics on digital innovation implementation at Adelante Zorggroep, using in-depth interviews. Your recommendations gave Adelante some clear actions to work on, for instance, to improve the inclusion of health professionals working at that organization in the implementation, making your work highly relevant to the practical field. Your ambition of conducting both qualitative and quantitative research sadly didn't come to pass. But then again, better do one thing well and systematically than 10 things in a more superficial way, although I think you might fight me on that last bit. Dylan, when I asked you what you would be doing after graduation, you mentioned wanting to travel abroad. So part of me is a bit surprised seeing you here today, when I expected you to be making your mark across the world, but I hope this still remains very much in your future plans. So perhaps you can update me on that after the ceremony. But whatever your plans are, I wish you good luck. Congratulations.
Isabella Rosen.
Dear Isabella, for your internship, you stepped into a project that has been ongoing for quite a while, as far back as 2008, to be exact, when your external supervisor, Dr. Eline Smit of the University of Amsterdam, and I started collaborating on the online smoking cessation program called PAS, or Personalized Advice for Quitting Smoking. This program supports smokers towards, during, and after their quit attempts by offering personalized advice. So, this program has undergone some changes over time, but what has remained consistent was a considerable group of users quitting the program before they completed it. Now, this is undesirable, of course, as users might benefit most from using all of the program. So we believe this dropout might have something to do with user burden, or the effort it takes for an individual to use the program. But we weren't quite sure. So, during your internship, you used a technique called thinking aloud to get to the bottom of how users experienced using the program in real time, combining with in-depth interviews. Based on your work, we now have clear ideas on how to improve the program experience. We've also identified new research questions, such as, what is an accurate way of measuring user burden in the first place? So, there's more work on the horizon for us. And with your support, we are hoping to report your findings of your master thesis in a scientific open access publication very soon. It was a real pleasure working with you on this research. You showed us you are an ambitious professional, thorough, have a good eye for detail, and are quite stress resistant, which is also a good thing to be. You wrestled with our Tailor Builder program and came out on top, which is no mean feat. And in addition, during the internship, you also made the big move to Amsterdam, which you are seamlessly incorporated into your data collection and analysis period. So, well done, Isabella. You did a great job. I'm very curious to see what you will do next.
Our next candidate is Esme Bellemakers. Our next two students will be spoken to by Erik Edelman.
Esme, I first met you when you joined the student team at the Zorg Innovatie Lab to work on remote patient monitoring. And this is a really complex subject, as you now well know, that involves many different stakeholders, both inside and outside of the hospital. And additionally, you need to understand all this technology that's involved with making patient monitoring possible. During that time, it was a pleasure for me to work with the whole team on this subject, and this was in no small way thanks to your organizational skills and your natural leadership. Your contribution helped direct the project and keep it on course, and the result was a valuable report on the remote monitoring of cardiovascular patients. This knowledge has since been used by the digital healthcare program at the MUMC to design patient monitoring in our new hospital information system. My second opportunity to work with you was as supervisor of your master thesis on clinical knowledge modeling. And I was very happy we shared our enthusiasm on this topic, and I really enjoyed our discussions on that. You gave me a lot to think about, expanding my own understanding of the subject. Your thesis once again delivered valuable new knowledge, and I really look forward to staying in touch the next few months so that we can turn it into an academic paper. Esme, thank you for our collaboration. The past year and for the work you delivered in that time. I congratulate you on the wonderful work opportunity that you found at the Zuiderland since then. And I wish you all the best in the rest of your career and your life.
Eline Norman.
Eline. Our first meeting was also when you started working on remote patient monitoring at the Zorginnovatielab. And your work attitude, your determination, your high standards immediately impressed me. You jumped at the topic, you quickly gained a very deep understanding of it, and you made major contributions to the final report. What was very important were your contacts with general practitioners. They are a group that are often forgotten in discussions about patient monitoring, but thanks to your efforts, their point of view has been added to the report and has become a very important part of the project as we continue it in the hospital. And this has directly led to a better understanding of the subject by me and my colleagues at the Digital Healthcare Program. And then came your master thesis. And in our first meeting about this, you made one thing very clear. You said, Eric, listen, I want to write a good thesis. And I love that. Set the bar high, make your expectations clear. I knew we were off to a good start. And sure enough, the rest of your thesis period went as smoothly as a supervisor can wish for. You built up a great working relationship with your daily supervisor at the company. You delivered a very high-quality data analysis. I saw you put in the hours. I saw you listen to my feedback. And I saw your writing improve with every new version of your thesis. In the end, your hard work was rewarded. Your thesis received a 9 from both graders. And the company offered you a job. Congratulations on your successes, and I wish you the very best in everything still to come.
Next candidate is Laura Brancato. And Fritz Prinsen will speak for Laura.
Laura, congratulations. I'm standing here on behalf of Hong Seng Lo, who is not able to be here today, unfortunately. He was the one who identified this new master, and I must say he did a very good catch on that. And we've seen you, and we were very lucky to have you in our team. But if I hear about all the other candidates, I think we are very much looking forward to new students in our group. But definitely it was a great experience to have you in our group for the last 6 months. We are working on a project, PhonoCheck, which is an application for a smartphone to turn it into a stethoscope. So a medical tool, basically, and it's meant ultimately to serve things like remote monitoring. So a very interesting project, and our goal was to identify the challenges that users experience, and particularly the elderly, like me, and patients, and whether they can listen to the heart and handle the app. You made substantial contributions to the project. You proposed the integrated user experience model, designed the study, including co-creation sessions with the users, and recruited healthy volunteers, patients, and doctors. Most impressively, you redesigned the user interface of the PhonoCheck app, which has the potential to benefit thousands of future users. And your resilience and analytical thinking stood out, as you consistently tackled complex user needs and technical questions with well-considered solutions. Your hard work and dedication showcased in your master thesis reflect your growth as a professional. Thank you, Laura, for your excellent contribution to the project, because the results were positive, we can do a lot more in the future with that. So congratulations again, and all the best for your bright future.
Our next candidate is Sarina Clarken. And our next two speeches will be by Gabriel Fonseca.
Serena, congratulations. I think when you sign up for these masters, I'm not sure if you really knew what it would entail. I told you that sometimes you do like 3 times the measurements, because not for statistics, it's because sometimes it goes wrong. And sometimes you do it 4 times. And sometimes we together break a 2 million machine that the clinic just bought. We didn't pass out, we survived, they fixed the machine, it was operational after 1 or 2 days, no harm. But this was one of the examples of the things that you have done. You did measurements several times. Also, I think you didn't expect to travel 1,000 kilometers with me in the same day to do measurements in another country, and then to come back, and then the next day go to your supervisor to another hospital to do measurements. But you're very enthusiastic. You put a lot of hard work on what you have done. And even though when you say, okay, that is enough, you didn't want to stop. You said, that's not enough for me. I wanted to finish it. I wanted to go further. Also, you're not afraid of the challenges. Python was not your biggest expertise in the beginning, but you took it over and said, okay, I'm going to do it by myself, and you did. So you should be very proud of the work you have done, and also you're very grateful for the time that you have with us at Mastro. So I think you're a real team player, and if you and the others at the same time, we start a new tradition. So even have a group souvenir that I think we are the first one to receive that symbolizes our gratitude to also the effort that you have done. So you should be proud of your work, and you're very thankful for your efforts.
Our next candidate is Evita Schweckstein-T.
Evita, for you, I can also say the same, that maybe you didn't know that everything that would entail in the beginning. And we had, when you join a physics group, I think you expect everything, but not you're going to join the Olympics. You actually had the Olympic Games, the Department Olympic Games, but in the end, I remember that you were completely sweat and exhausted, and it shows the effort that you put in the team. So that was very nice that you really supported the group, and you could see how well integrated. So even for these long trips that you didn't have to go, you joined us. So you learned a lot, and you also contributed to things that went beyond your own project. And I remember that in some of the meetings, I had the impression maybe this is too much, or that's a lot, or I don't know where to go. But your attitude was always good. So I'm not sure if I can do it, but I'll try my best. And you did. So we found additional data, you contacted people, you went beyond. And you should be really proud of the work you did. And when you close these, you also have a publication together, so we value the work you have done. And I think that's a nice way to conclude. And I think I'll say also on behalf of the whole group at Maestro, your co-supervisors, he really wanted also to be here. That also shows how you appreciate your work. So thank you for your work, and you should be proud of what you have done.
Next, I want to call Olga Glazunova. Our next 5 candidates will receive their speech from Joost Verbig.
Dear Olga, unfortunately, Frank Verhagen and Cecile Wolfs, your thesis supervisors, they couldn't be here due to a work visit abroad, but they left a very long speech, which I had to decrease a little bit, but I will give you the entire message to you later. So, dear Olga, first of all, we wish to congratulate you extensively on obtaining your master's degree in health and digital transformation. We only met you a few months ago, and now you've already obtained your degree. This all went very fast. For your thesis subject, you decided to apply your AI skills to the field of radiotherapy for cancer treatment, one of the most technical fields of medicine, and also a field where AI is finding new applications nearly every week. In your project, the focus was on developing an AI-based method to take artificially generated images and to transform them into images that looked more like real images. This is an essential step in the process of creating a very large training data set. Although you had no background in radiotherapy before you met us, you very quickly grasped the problem and worked very predictively, enthusiastically, and with a lot of curiosity towards developing completely novel solutions. You knew more about AI than most of us, physicists, and soon we had to try to follow carefully when you started talking about, and excuse me for my pronunciation, variational autoencoders and unsupervised image-to-image translational networks. Your outstanding hard work of just a few months resulted in a superb thesis, also very skillfully written, between brackets, a bit like a thriller that kept us turning the pages to see what would come next. Olga, on behalf of the Physics Research Division at the Maastricht Clinic, we thank you very much for your highly significant contribution to cancer research and for your insights, which we have enriched our view towards the potential of AI applied to medicine. Professor Frank Verhagen, the head of the physics department at the Maastricht Clinic.
Next, I would like to call Gabrielle Edgecombe. Congratulations.
You all traveled? Wow! Welcome. Congratulations.
Dear Gabrielle, or Gabi, from the sunny islands of the Bahamas to Canada's coldest shores, your academic journey began with studying psychology in Nova Scotia, Canada. This path led you to Maastricht, where your curiosity deepened, first with a master's degree in cognitive neuroscience, and now with a second master's degree in health and digital transformation. As your thesis supervisor, I was allowed to guide you through your first qualitative research in your academic career. Starting out, it was a new territory for you, with so many steps ahead, approaching people, developing an interview manual, conducting the interviews, doing content analysis, reporting the findings, a lot of work. For just 3 months, and you managed to make a high quality thesis named Perspectives of the Current Pressure Ulcer Clinical Pathway, implementing a novel continuous monitoring device in academic hospitals. In this thesis, you looked at the possible clinical implementation of a photonics-based measuring device in a hospital. A device that is still in an early stage of development, but very promising. Gabriel highlights in the thesis a clinical pathway for realistically implementing the device in the hospital setting, connecting end-user experience, clinical needs, and technological innovation. The startup company has found further funding and will continue their development of the device, in which the findings of Gabriel will be of great use. Let's hope that this photonics-based device is able to prevent pressure ulcers, as this is still a very huge problem. Gabriel, it's been a true pleasure guiding you through your thesis. Your readiness, uplifting spirit, and enthusiasm have been inspiring to me. I'm therefore delighted you'll be continuing with us here in Maastricht in a full-time research role, and I know that this is just the beginning of what you'll accomplish. Congratulations.
Lena Strobel.
Dear Lena, from the moment I met you, I knew immediately that you were a very independent and motivated student that knew what she wanted to do. After having obtained a bachelor's degree in international health sciences and obtaining knowledge in the area of epidemiology, you have now obtained your degree in health and digital transformation, which you did without any problems, to my knowledge. You were motivated to do an internship abroad and made it happen. Obtaining a grant, tackling any hurdles on the way, and as your internship was then in Curaçao at the SVB Banco de Seguro Social, led by Dennis Arendel, I asked him to provide me a quote. So this is his quote. During her internship, Lena demonstrated a high level of independence and professionalism. With minimal guidance, she managed to develop an impressive tool to analyze the cost-effectiveness of general practitioners. A great achievement she can be proud of. And let's not forget, I still find it admirable how a girl all the way from Germany found her way to sunny Curaçao, surrounded by papiamentu and Dutch-speaking colleagues, and felt totally at home. That's a skill in itself. This is much in line how I met Lena, independent, strong, and very much a can-do mentality, which I have told you before. Her thesis named From Data to Decisions, Advanced Data Analytics to Detect Healthcare Fraud, Waste and Abuse, using claims data in an insurance system, highlights the potential of data analytics to improve fraud detection in a health insurance system. She has done some incredibly difficult data analytics and was able to keep the practical implications within sight. Well done. Lena, congratulations.
Our next candidate is Mabel Wiemann.
I'm gonna need some water after this.
Oh, you have? We can do that.
Dear Mabel, being born and raised above the rivers of the Netherlands, surrounding the Amsterdam area, right? You have followed your bachelor's degree in health sciences in Maastricht, and you did your minor in Sydney. Now you obtained your master's degree in health and digital transformation. Already having heard good stories about you from colleagues before the internship period, I was very happy to hear that you picked the assignment in the area of health technology assessment as your master's thesis topic. And you did not disappoint, very much the contrary. You kept me on the timeline and asked critical questions all through the internship period. You are a student of excellence, and your thesis named Early Health Economic Modeling of Photonics-Based Continuous Monitoring Device for Pressure Ulcer Care in Dutch Academic Hospitals is a testament to your hard work, dedication, and intellectual curiosity. Through the course of the internship, you did not only learn the principles of health technology assessment, which were fairly new to you, you also used SPSS to analyze a very large and complicated data set, found relevant literature, constructed scenarios, and built a decision tree model. You did a lot. The early cost-effectiveness analysis that you performed revealed that the VitalWare solution has a good chance of being cost-effective when it decreases the incidence of hospital-acquired pressure ulcers and the amount of time spent by nurses on prevention measures. This shows that it makes sense to spend more time and resources to further develop this novel technology. I am very happy to hear that Mabel will stay in the field of health technology assessment, as she secured a research role at the ChemTA research group at the MEMC+, which, if I understand correctly, might even lead to a PhD position. This achievement speaks volumes about your capabilities and potential. Congratulations, Mabel. This is just the beginning of a remarkable journey. I am proud of you, and I hope you continue to contribute to scientific knowledge in healthcare. Dank u wel.
Next, I would like to call Daphne Silvertand.
So Daphne, you're the same. Your thesis supervisor, Cheryl, she's on holidays, unfortunately. So, but she also left a large letter, which I decreased a little bit, but I will also give it after to you. So this is from Cheryl. Dear Daphne, congratulations with your master's degree in health and digital transformation. In your thesis, you decided to focus on a hot topic, namely the use of AI in healthcare, which is part of the ongoing transformation of healthcare. The topic is at the intersection of technology and healthcare, in which we carry the responsibility for safe, inclusive, and high-quality medical innovations. Therefore, it is important to include views of all stakeholders. Specifically, you undertook quantitative research as part of the European project PREACT, in which you investigated communication strategies for AI-based predictions of arm lymphedema following breast cancer radiotherapy. While advancements in radiotherapy have improved survival rates, radiotherapy combined with other treatments may also result in severe side effects, such as arm lymphedema, which has a huge impact on quality of life. When starting your research and setting up the survey, you needed some time to truly get into the subject and find your way in getting the red thread throughout your thesis. We had discussions and wrote outlines on the whiteboard, after which you took off. In hindsight, I think you can be compared with a diesel engine, not my words, that slowly takes off, but after getting up to speed, keeps on going and going and improves along the way. Therefore, and because of this, your thesis resulted in nice insights from the breast cancer patient perspective, which are useful for innovations we are currently working on. Your work really matters. Daphne, I will remember our conversations and funny moments in which there was confusion on whether a meeting was online or on-site. Hello, hybrid working. I wish you the best of luck in your career and in your personal life. Thank you for your contribution and enjoy this moment. You deserve it.
Simone Lamme. And our next three candidates will be spoken to by Marieke Spreeuwenberg.
Yeah, dear Simone, I first wanted to ask if you brought your family, but you did. Where are they? Ah, yeah. And you can be very proud of your daughter. That's to start with. Simone, we met 5 years ago. And to say the Simone that I see today is not the Simone that graduated, that I met during the bachelor program. I remember you as a student that was present online in a dressing robe with a towel in her head, laying in her bed during a project group. But you were one of the best students I had. A good student, but also one who sometimes still had to learn something. And I really enjoyed that you visited me at home, where we organized interviews for your bachelor research in a corona period. After graduation, you spent a year working on a sailboat in Australia. And once in a while, we met each other on Zoom or Teams because you were interested in following the master program. And you returned refreshed to work on your master degree in health and digital transformation. And what did you get to work? Not only did you learn a lot about data science and all kinds of other activities, but you've also turned yourself into someone who has something to say. And you have to listen to. And how clear you made that during your graduation. In your internship at Clear Bio, you managed to surpass me. And that's really something. The scale which you programmed everything in Python, but also how you knew how to interpret the result and write it down. And to me, it was one of the best theses that I ever saw. So, you have been nominated for the Nursing Award for the best thesis on digital care. You are invited to spend a day within the Ministry of Health, and next month we will hear if you won the prize. But for me, you already won it. Simona, I think you're all set for your job at Clear Bio, and I wish you every success.
Liane Buschops.
Multitasking. Where is it? Dear Liane, congratulations on obtaining your master degree in health and digital transformation. This is really a nice step for you that you have made, also for you, and what a one. Early in the program, it became clear to you that you had a lot on your plate. Not only the master, but working at home, taking care of others. Perhaps you even want to stop every now and then. But you decided to put things in order in your life and to do everything you could to have a good result. And I'm therefore proud on your quote at the end of your portfolio. I don't know if you remember what you wrote down, but I remember because you indicated that the master has given you great value in life and that you couldn't accomplish that without the help of your peer students and your teachers. And at the beginning of your thesis period, you told me that you would only go for a good result, and I heard that before. No, Marieke, I want an 8 or even higher. But it wasn't easy, because when you began, after weeks of hassle with the FHML REC committee, you could finally start. You got discouraged, I totally understand. But even after that, you managed to pull yourself together. In the end, you wrote a super good thesis that many people will be proud of, and hopefully yourself too. With a great job at Zuiderland in your pocket, I wish you all the best. You will succeed, I'm confident of that. Good luck.
Sophie van Geffen.
Saving the best for last. I think I supervise students for about 20-25 years. And there are a few students you get attached to. And Sophie, you are one of those. I first met you as a student at the Design Thinking and Digital Care course, where together with a lot of peers, I think you did it with, you were the group of peers, you developed an app for women with preeclampsia, genital pain, one of those. And because of your enthusiasm, many students eventually chose the bachelor track. You really persuaded students to follow the dataset track. And we miss you now, because the numbers lowered when you stopped doing that. And you also became student ambassador of the Master Health and Digital Transformation. You are always willing to get involved and know how to get others involved as well. Your family is here, and also your grandmother and your grandfather, yeah. They also already received my notes, but I changed a little bit, sorry. And see, for example, when preparing the presentation for the ICT and Health conference. You are a born leader, and you took the lead. I also had the honor of supervising you in your bachelor and master degree. And you did this more and more independently. Sophie, you are enthusiastic. I think you're smart. I think you're analytic. And you can write very well. Give you one advice. Be selective about where you want to work in your near future, because there are plenty of opportunities for you. With your character, you are sure to go far. I'm proud of you.
Sophie, you can come right back up, because Sophie is going to give a little speech for our new masters.
2 pages. So, well, hello, fellow graduates, and all the family members and friends of the graduates, and of course the faculty members that survived the program along with us. I know that some of you are wondering, did she let ChatGPT write this speech? It was tempting, but this one is all mine. Today is a day for celebration, a little bit of reflection, and for looking ahead. And when I think about our master, one theme really stands out: togetherness. Whether it was working on projects, cramming for the exams, working on presentations, or collectively Googling how to survive the master without coffee, we were always almost doing it together. We received this master today by working together. And it wasn't just collaborating with each other, it also extended into working with healthcare professionals, data scientists, scientists, and even patients. Partly we were learning theory, and we were also learning from experiences during our projects. And of course, there was that favorite term that kept throwing at us, and I hear you all thinking already, bridge builder. We heard it so often at one point, I half expected us to graduate in a degree in structural engineering, but after finishing this master, I understand why they emphasize this. We learn to be the ones who connect theories, ideas, disciplines, and people by starting with connecting with each other in the master. We learn to translate the complexities of data science and a lot of other theories to healthcare professionals and to people who have never heard of the theories before. We learned about the challenges in healthcare and how innovations can help tackle this, but we also learned how to manage stakeholders in healthcare, dealing with ethical considerations and data usage, even integrating business models for digital transformation. At the beginning of this master, we were learning to become the bridge builders, but slowly throughout the process, we actually became one. To graduate from this new master program has been a unique journey, and it wouldn't be possible with the guidance and support we received along the way. So to our professors, project coaches, mentors, project leaders, tutorial teachers, and the lecturers, thank you. You taught us more than data science and healthcare. You also taught us that endless feedback rounds are apparently a form of character building. Truly, we owe you one, maybe even 2. And to my fellow graduates, a special thank you is owed to each one of you. Choosing to be part of a brand new master program was a leap into the unknown, and we had our share of beginner challenges. But once more, together, we faced them, learned from them, and made it through. And today, we can all feel proud of what we've accomplished. So as we stand here today, we look ahead to a future filled with possibilities. Some of us will continue further studies, Some have started PhD projects, a few already landed their first grown jobs, and others are choosing to explore the world. Whatever path we each take, we can carry forward the knowledge we gained here. We've learned to keep learning, to stay curious about the unknown, and to use creativity to seek solutions that make a difference. And in Maastricht, a city known for its historic bridges, we couldn't have picked a more fitting place to become the bridge builders. My hope for all of us is that we hold on to this bridge builder mindset with the strength and the resilience of one of the oldest bridges in the Netherlands, the Sint-Servaas in Maastricht. And may the bridges we build be as strong as the Sint-Servaas bridge, or at the very least be strong enough to hold our new LinkedIn network. So congratulations, everyone. Here's to the bridges we will build in the future and the connections we already have created.
So 19 candidates received their master diplomas. And before we close and you all go out to start your well-deserved celebrations, I have two last assignments for you, small ones. Although we checked your folders, diploma binders, very, very carefully, there is always a chance that there is an error in your name in one of your grades, or maybe there's an attachment that is missing, so please check those very carefully. And if you find an error, then please contact the Board of Examiners as soon as possible. In about 6 weeks, a link to the pictures that were taken today will be sent to your email account by the alumni office. And we've come to the end of the session. It was a great pleasure for me to be the first one to congratulate you and your achievement. And I would, of course, like to congratulate all the parents and grandparents and families. You can be very proud of your son or daughter. And I can imagine that you're very eager to congratulate them personally, and therefore I would like to invite you to the Grand Café Soiran at the Vrijthof. You will all find coins or vouchers for drinks in your binders. And as I officially started the meeting with the gavel, I will also officially close it with the gavel. And I thank you all very, very much for your presence, and I wish you a wonderful day. Go out, celebrate.
Nou. Dat is toch wel leuk, die kaartjes. Ja. Zie je het zo?